Good morning, my dear children. How are you? I hope that you are doing very well. You stay in your home, so be happy. Children, have you had breakfast in the morning? Okay, fine. Now we have social science section. Let us start to study social science. Okay. The previous class we have learned the lesson, seventh lesson. What's the title of the lesson? Can you remember it? That is India's natural resources, page number 50 from geography. What's the title of the lesson, Mark? Okay, India's natural resources, unit 7 from geography portion. Okay, fine. What is resource? Can you remember it? What is resources? Okay, now listen here, Ma. A resource is defined as something that can be used for the benefit of a person or an organization or the entire nation. Okay, what is resource? A resource is defined as something that can be used for the benefit of a person. Okay, we can use its benefit for us. That is a resource. Okay, now we see that what is natural resource. Natural resource is something that can obtain from nature and can be used to satisfy human needs. Okay, so something we get from nature and can be used to satisfy human needs. That is a natural resource. Okay, for example, natural resource obtained from nature. Example, in the previous class we have learnt water. Water is a valuable substance that exists naturally on the earth. Such a variable substance is known as natural resource. Okay. Yes, water is found on oceans, seas, rivers and lakes. These seas and oceans are the largest sources of water on earth. But this water is salty. So it cannot be used for drinking, and rainwater is the main source of fresh water on the earth. Okay, a large amount of rainwater flows to ponds, lakes and rivers. Okay, that is the surface of a water. So water is a very valuable substance that exists naturally on the earth. Such a valuable substance is known as the natural resource. For example, first of all, we see that water is found on seas and rivers, lakes, and fresh water means rainwater is the main source of fresh water. A large amount of rainwater flows to ponds, lakes and rivers. This is known as surface water. What is underground water? The rainwater that seeps into the earth is called the underground water. So what's the uses of water that we know? It is used for personal and domestic uses such as drinking, bathing, cooking, washing and so on. Okay, so what is the natural resource? Okay, Then the previous class we have learned conservation of water. We can conserve water by adopting number of practices. So we built dam across the river. Okay, fine, ma. Next we see that soil. Second example, soil. What is soil? Soil is the top layer of the earth's surface. It is formed by breaking up of rocks into tiny pieces. These rocks, now listen here. Soil is the top layer of the earth's surface. How is it formed? It is formed by breaking up of the rocks into tiny pieces by the action of the sun, wind and water. Okay, this breaking up of rocks into tiny pieces. How does it break it? By the action of sun, wind and water. These smaller pieces of rocks are further broken down to form soil and carried by wind and water from one place to another. The entire process of soil formation takes thousands of years. Do you understand more? So then soil has various components. It contains air, water, sand, pebbles, clay and so on. It also has humus, which is decayed plant. What's the meanings of humus? What's the spell that? H-U-M-U. Yes, humus. What is humus, ma'am? That is decayed plant and animal matter. Okay, that is a humus. Humus is very helpful to fertility of the plant growth. A rock contains minerals. The soil formed out of these rocks also contains minerals. And the previous class we have learned types of soil in India. Different types of soils are found in different regions of India. First of all, we see that alluvial soil. That is alluvial. What's the characteristic of alluvial soil? That is very fertile, rich in humus. Humus means it is very. Humus means we have learned that is decayed matter of decayed animal matter and plant also. And it is found in the plains of Punjab, Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. That is alluvial soil is very, very fertile. Black soil also fertile. And red soil is rich in iron, which gives the soil its red in color. So it's named to red soil. Crops can be grown with the help of fertilizer. Red soil is not so fertility, so we can add fertilizer. Okay, and next we see that laterite soil. This laterite soil is found in the washing away of minerals. Okay, now we see that laterite soil, it is not fertile, and desert soil is also very dry and sandy, not fertile. So Very fertile soil is first of all alluvial soil and black soil. It's very fertile in nature. Okay, so the soil and water are the example of natural resource. What is natural resource? A natural resource is something that is obtained from nature and can be used to satisfy human needs. Okay, natural resource means something that is obtained from nature. That is, say, for example, water, soil, and natural vegetation, animals, all the animals and plants. These are the examples of natural resource. Do you understand now what is natural resource? Okay, fine. Now listen here more. So we in the previous class we have learned different types of soils and how to be conservation of soil. What is the meaning of conservation of soil? Conservation of soil means how to protect, how to take care of our soil. Soil is erosion means it is removed from one place to another place by wind, rivers, and human activities. Sometimes the top layer of the soil, which is usually the most fertile layer, gets carried away by strong winds and heavy rainfall. This process by which the top layer of soil is removed is known as soil erosion. What is soil erosion? The top layer of the soil is carried away by strong winds and heavy rainfall. This process by which the top layer of soil is removed is known as the top layer of the soil is removed by wind or human activities. It is known as soil erosion. Soil erosion reduces the fertility of the soil because the top layer is removed means the top layer is more fertility. So if the top layer is removed means the fertility of the soil is decreased. Okay, then deforestation. Deforestation, that's also you know more. Yes, that is pressure of population on land and many more such factors have led to the destruction of the forest. Okay, now listen here. Some of the ways in which we can conserve our soil because it is a natural resource. We can take care about our natural resource. We can protect our natural resource. So how do we conserve soil? That is, trees and plants hold the top layer of soil with their roots. Thus, we should check deforestation and plant more trees. Okay, so how to protect the fertility of the soil? That is, trees and plants grow means what happen? It hold the top layer of the soil with their roots. Do you understand more? Yes, thus we should check deforestation and plant more trees. And farmers also must use natural fertilizers such as cow dung for growing crops because chemical fertilizers are harmful for the soil. Okay, ma? That is how to protect our soil. These water soils are example of natural resource, and in the previous class we have learned air and sunlight also. That is a natural resource examples. And natural vegetation. Now we see that natural vegetation. What is natural vegetation? You know, in the previous lesson we have learned what is natural vegetation. The plants and Natural vegetation means the plants and trees growing naturally in an area. They are not planted or grown by people. Okay, natural vegetation means the plants and trees. What is natural vegetation, ma? Do you know? Say no. Yes, the natural vegetation means the plants and trees growing naturally in an area. They are not planted or grown by people. That is a natural vegetation, isn't it? We can different types of natural vegetation in the previous lesson. That is natural vegetation of India. From this lesson we have learnt different types of forest, isn't it? Can you remember it now? Okay, fine. Now listen here, ma. Then now we see that creatures of great and small. That is natural resources. Example, different types of plants and animals. Also, example of natural resource. These animals, birds and insects of a country are also a natural resource. All animals live in a natural environment. What is habitat? These animals live in natural environment and this is suitable for that animals, that is known as habitat. Okay, so these all the animals also very valuable. Each animals are very valuable one. Now listen here. People and animals are interconnected to maintain the balance of nature. People and animals also interconnected. How interconnected? Do you know? For example, see that earthworm. Do you know earthworm? Yes, these earthworms live underground. Where is it earthworm live? Earthworm live mostly the underground and it making tiny, very small burrows. Okay, this then it lives inside the burrows and it's excrete, that is droppings. This earthworms droppings, that is excretion of this earthworm, make the soil fertile and their burrowings mixes the soil. Okay, so the earthworms waste, that is earthworm waste, that is a excrete of the earthworm, make the soil fertile. Do you understand? So if the soil is fertile means plants and crops can grow well. So all these earthworm is very best friend of farmers. Do you know how is it earthworm is best friend of farmers? Because we know now, isn't it? Earthworms lives underground and making tiny burrows and it excrete and droppings make the soil fertile. So these plants and crops grow well. Okay. And next, another ones, for example, snakes. The snakes are killed. What happened? The population of rats rises up because the main food of the snake is eating the rat. So now we kill the snake means what happened? The population of rat rises. So more population of rat rises means what happened? It is stored food grains and eaten or damaged by the rats. Okay, the rats, population of rats increases means it destroyed the our food items, stored food items. So these people and animals are interconnected to maintains the balance of nature. Okay, India has several habitats. So if any one generation fully killed means that next generation it will increases. So balance should be maintained. India has several habitats. Wildlife. What is a habitat? Do you know? The animals lives naturally in their environment, in their surrounding environment. That is its habitat. Some animals like cobras and monkeys are found all over the country, while others are found only in certain. Some of the animals are found in all areas, some other animals found in certain places only. There is also a large variety of water animals such as fish, sharks, whales, etc. Okay, do you understand? So here main point is people and animals are interconnected to maintain the balance of nature. Do you understand, ma? Okay, yes, now we see that non-renewable resources. What is non-renewable resources? We already studied what is resource and what is a natural resource. These natural resources can be classified in two types, that is a renewable resource and non-renewable resources. What is a renewable resources? Renewable resource means that is nature can give us. They are also free. That is obtained from nature and can be used to satisfy human needs. It is unlimited. It is more valuable. That is a natural resource, that is a renewable resource. Okay, this natural resource is divided into two, that is a renewable resource and non-renewable resources. Renewable resources example, that is a natural, that is a sunlight, water, air, soil, plant and animals. That is a renewable. It is unlimited. It is this nature directly gives us. Do you understand? Now we see that non-renewable resource. What is non-renewable resource, ma? Do you know? That is, once they are used up, such resources either do not renew naturally. Okay, one time we used up, such resources do not renew naturally. That is a non-renewable resources. For example, non-renewable resources example, coal, petroleum. These are the examples of the non-renewable resources. So renewable resources means that is give us nature. It is more valuable. It is unlimited. Do you understand more? So now we see that what is non-renewable resources. Non-renewable resources means it is limited. Mainly it is limited. These resources once used up, such resources do not renew naturally. Okay, it get renewed very slowly over millions of years. Example of coal. Coal is basically a type of rock. What is coal? That is a rock. It is black in color. This coal is found deep under the earth's surface. Do you understand? It's need to be mined and extracted so that it can be used to us. Coal is very mostly used to the fuel. What's the use of coal? Fuel. To cook. Fuel means, what's the meaning of fuel? That is to cook, give heat and generate electricity. And it is used in, this coal is used in industries to, and also to drive steam engines. Okay, what is coal? Coal means basically a type of rock. It is black in color. Coal is found deep under this earth's surface. Okay, coal is mostly used as fuel. Fuel means to cook. It give heat. It give heat and generate electricity. It is used in industries. It is used a limited amount only because it is non-renewable resource. One time we used up this resource, do not renew naturally. Do you understand? Do you understand now the difference between natural resource and non-natural resource? What's the example of natural resource? Natural resource example: soil, water and sunlight, air, minerals, natural vegetation and all the animals and plants. These are the example of natural resource. At the same time, now listen here, what is non-renewable resource means? One time we used up, then such resources do not renew naturally, or sometimes it get renewed means it takes millions of years. For example, coal. What is coal? Spell that word, COAL. Coal means, it is type of rock. It is black in color. It is mainly used as fuel. Okay, so we use stuff and it do not renew naturally. Okay, that is it. First of all, we see that coal, and second, petroleum. Petroleum, do you know? Petroleum is yellow to black liquid. It is, what's the color? Yellow to black liquid found under seabeds. Okay, how is it petroleum formed? Petroleum is formed when large quantities of dead marine plants and animals are buried under the sea. And intense heat and pressure, it is changed to petrol. This petroleum is refined to produce petrol and diesel, which are mostly commonly used to run automobiles, ships and aeroplanes. This coal and petrol are together referred to as fossil fuels. What is fossil fuels? This coal and petrol are together referred to as fossil fuels. Okay, these fossil fuels take thousands of years to form naturally. So thousands of years to form naturally. So one time we used up means it do not get renewed suddenly. It takes million years or thousands years after only it will form. It is limited. So now you find out what's the difference between renewable resource and non-renewable resource. Okay, okay ma, fine, thank you.